Alright. Well, I am gonna play through the second half of Valentine's Day in this premiere. So, yep. Serve a chicken cannoli blah 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 special to Captain Corey. I'll worry about those stickers later. I just wanna keep Lure and Robbie in here with coupons. I can do those off screen. Oh yeah, I am gonna record Cinco de Mayo for you, Green Ethan, and I decided that I'm also gonna be recording the last holidays for each game area. So we can see like the endings and whatnot. So I'll be doing that too. Alright. I'm actually tempted to record Mardi Gras as well. As much as I don't like Mardi Gras for replacing Valentine's Day, I'm tempted to record it just so we can poke fun at the holiday. Now, I've already been through Mardi Gras on Papa's Mokeria Deluxe. That game should have had Valentine's Day, but what can you do? But, you know, I can always cycle back to it eventually. Oh, Vincent has a rose for Claire. I don't really know what to talk about, so I'm just gonna try to maybe rediscuss some things with you guys and try to see if things come to me. Robbie! That's right, come to the counter. I discussed this in the first half of Valentine's Day recording, but it would be awesome that you can choose what kind of coupon to give customers. I think I was very vague though, and I think I just said choose how customers come in. That probably caused some confusion. I don't mean every single customer. Like you have to sit there and choose, like choose every customer and how they come in. I just mean the customer you give a coupon to. I saw Vincent. He had a rose for you, Claire. Alright. Yeah, we need to make raw bees. But yeah, that's what I meant. I meant the customer you give a coupon to. Oh my goodness. Why do customers have to come in so freaking often? You were right, Green Ethan. And Papa's Pizzeria to go. It's a little slow, but in this game, it's fast, but you know, Papa's Mocheria Deluxe did make it to where they come at a reasonable frequency rate. Oh my god! You see? Alright. Ah, my goodness! Hit the... That's my other complaint about this game. Papa's Posteria HD has the same issue, but in the time-based stations, it's really hard to time the building station correctly in this game. And like the chip station in Papa's. Yes! Alright. Taco Mia HD. Like, Jesus freaking Christ. When they make Papa's Taco Mia Deluxe, I really hope they extend the window for the chips and dip. Oh yeah, I want to talk about an idea that a new viewer of mine suggested, and I think it's a good idea. His name is Hayden, according to his channel, but he gave the idea for there to be proper replies during YouTube live chats. And I think it's a good idea because people could get confused as to whether people are, as to like who people are replying to. You can just reply to the, like if you're replying to anyone specific. Claire. You can just reply to whoever you are intending to reply to specifically. That way there are no confusions on what who a reply is directed to specifically. That's definitely something I hope YouTube considers in the future for live chats. Oh yeah, I do have some good news, but my dad did get a new laptop today, and or not, yeah, laptop. And then my brother is gonna give me an old one that he won't be using anymore because I think my dad will pass one of his old laptops to my brother. I'm not in any rush because, I'm satisfied with my PC. But it's still nice to know that I will be getting one. I do have a decent working laptop, but it's not really powerful enough for playing games. So, yeah. It'll definitely be nice to have something. Yeah, some of JoJo's orders are ridiculous. Bogging us down. But yeah. Okay, at least we still got the ribbon. Holy moly, the waiting score in this game goes down way too fast. It technically falls it goes hand in hand with the customers coming in too fast. If customers wouldn't come in as fast, then I feel like that would make it to where my waiting scores weren't so atrocious. Ooh, all right. Scrapple Hill. And yeah, I think ranch dressing on is new to Papa's. Well, you know what I mean. It was in other games like Wingeria, but in terms of Pizzeria specifically, I think it was newly added in Pizzeria Deluxe. It wasn't in Papa's Pizzeria HD, I don't believe. And yeah, but having a laptop will definitely be good for when we go on trips. Which, first of all, we just came back from a trip, so my dad explicitly said we probably won't be going on any for a while. And second of all, I'm probably not gonna go on like every single trip with them. Because a lot of their trips will just be sporting events, so. And I don't really care about those, so I'll be staying behind for those, but. We are gonna try to go to New Mexico again, like either next summer or the summer. after that. Plus, my dad also stated like that he wants to try to get us out to Houston. Every year or every other year, because, you know, it's important for us to see our grandma on my grandma on my mom's side of the family regular. Well, I don't know if I would consider that regularly, but you know what I mean. On a reasonable basis. And I think I forgot to give Robbie a coupon. Uh, but yeah, we may not even go until next year. Oh, okay, good. Oh my goodness. Can you guys please? Jesus Christ, these customers are insane. I can't wait to do Papa's Freezeria Deluxe Valentine's Day. Because Papa's Freezeria Deluxe is probably my favorite right now, first of all. And second of all, the customers come in at a good pace. Honestly, I'd rather them come in too slow than too fast. If I had to choose. Because then at least my waiting score isn't being detrimented. But yeah, at the earliest, I see, or at the soonest, I see my next vacation either being, you know, this winter, which I highly doubt that, or next summer. And next summer might not even happen because my brother may be working and he'll have to maintain perfect attendance for a while. I've probably, my god, I've probably mentioned this, but, you know, I don't necessarily hate all vacations, but I do have, certain factors. To help be more like accommodating to like certain vacations, like distance, and how many like how long we're gonna be away and whether I have my own space. The New Mexico trip was only a few hours away, and we had a cabin we literally had 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. We have our own bedrooms here at the house, but the in a sense, the cabin was actually a step above this house because our house only has 2 bathrooms, and the cabin that we stayed in had 3. And I even got the room that had the bathroom connected. So I actually had my own bathroom when we were staying in that cabin. I was still looking forward to getting home because I wanted to be back with my PC and my familiarity, my streaming subscriptions, but my dad got a really, really good deal on the cabin. And he said it was only $240 a night. And we stayed there for 3 nights, so we only paid $720 for the stay, which was a pretty good deal for what we got. And then that freaking restaurant, that was definitely a highlight of the trip. Not only was the food good, but it just had such a cozy atmosphere. Yeah, I can't wait to be done with this. The waiting score and the pacing of this game is way too fast. That was a close one. At least we got satisfactory from Sarge fan. So yeah, that's if we do go back to New Mexico in a year or two. I definitely hope we go back to that log cabin restaurant because oh my goodness, the food, the atmosphere, the service, it was just all good, top notch. I would even say. All right. Yeah, I like the customer stars. Helps us get boosts on star customers and whatnot. You're Yeah, I'm probably not gonna give Robbie any more coupons. The pacing of this game is just too Much? This too much? I'm glad they fixed it in Mokuria Deluxe. Plus, Mokuria Deluxe takes even longer to prepare the orders, so imagine how bad it would be if they kept the same frequency as in which the customers come in. Oh my goodness, it would be bad. Honestly, it's obvious by now, but my only complaint about Mokuria Deluxe is that it got replaced with Mardi Gras. Or, Valentine's Day got replaced with Mardi Gras. I mean, yeah. Callie did need a Mardi Gras outfit, so I am at least happy that that's out of the way, but I would have rather her got a Lunar New Year outfit than, they were, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, New Year's gorgeous, but in that game, but I would have rather lost it over Valentine's Day. And then they could have waited to give her a Mardi Gras outfit until they made a steakhouse game. Admittedly, I don't see Valentine's Day working in a steakhouse game. That's probably the one game I would be completely okay with having Mardi Gras instead of Valentine's Day. I forgot. Sometimes I forget to put timers up. Sorry, Hank. And then I get carried away with preparing the other orders. And yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, I do love, Cherry Blossom Festival because, I love pink flowers, so I love the aesthetic of Cherry Blossom Festival. I even decided to favorite it in Mokuria Deluxe since I don't have Valentine's Day for that. But, I'm very picky about savory foods, so none of the Cherry Blossom Festival ingredients in savory games appeal to me. Even Mardi Gras, a lot of them are disgusting in my opinion, but at least I can say that I like the Creole rub in Papa's Pizzeria to go. But, Cherry Blossom Festival, I only see myself favoriting it in sweet games. That, if they don't have Valentine's Day. Papa's Milkeria. Deluxe, for example. So yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest, Green Ethan. I only, ingredient wise, I only like it in the sweet games. I still love the overall aesthetic of the holiday, regardless of, what game what game Maria or what restaurant it or what flip first town it is. But when it comes to ingredients, yeah, only the sweet ingredients appeal to me. Now, another place I would love for, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but another place I would love for my dad to buy a house in is Virginia. Because he has really close friends in Virginia that he wants to go out and visit. And he can rent it out to tenants like when he's not in Virginia, which is 99.999% of the time. And then if he and my brother, or maybe even me, depending on circumstances, they or we could just, stay there. That way we don't have to pay to stay in a hotel room and be crammed on top of each other. But there are some conditions if I were to go to Virginia with them. One of them would be that my dad would fly us up there instead. Because driving up there would be way too much for me. But if we flew up there, it would only be a few hours. We wouldn't have to drive halfway there, sleep in a hotel, and then, drive halfway back. I just don't think it's worth going halfway across the country is worth all that hassle. He did talk about flying up there instead of driving up there, during on our way to New Mexico. However, my dad talked about doing it for the purpose of of like sporting events, which I'm not interested in. So I probably wouldn't go unless there was like some other fun stuff for me to be involved in. Plus, I don't want to be crammed up in a hotel room. I feel like it would just be boring. I would just be cooped up in the hotel room the entire time. I would be left out. I would probably be like a fifth wheel because my brother, my dad, and my dad's two friends would be going to sporting events, and I would just kind of be left out of having fun because I don't care about sporting events. So, yeah. If they go to Virginia, ugh. I would probably stay behind unless my dad follows through with the real estate stuff. And first of all, and then like second of all, we fly up there, and third of all, we do other fun stuff. Yeah, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to Valentine's Day being over. Not because of the holiday itself, but just because, like, oh my goodness, this game is absolutely. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy this game, but it gets overwhelming. And on top of that, the customers are so impatient. So you lose so many waiting score, so much performance towards your waiting score just by playing the game normally. Jesus Christ. Alright, yeah. You know what? Instead of giving a coupon to Robbie, I have a better idea. I'm gonna give one to Tim, because he's at 4 stars, so we'll get a boost. Yeah, that's right, Olivia. This game has Valentine's Day. Suck it. Ooh, I saw Moose with a rose. That's gonna be for Francine. I watched the weirdest video today. I don't even want to get into what the video is about because it's really disturbing. But it was a reaction to this really weird video. And then at the end, really upbeat music was started playing, and the commentator was questioning it. He was like, "Why is there upbeat music playing?" But yeah, I definitely hope my dad looks into purchasing how, like, houses, like, in different, like, a variety of areas. Because, yes, it is gonna cost money, but that's how business works. You do have to spend money in order to make money. Oh my god, the second customer just came, or the third customer just came in. I barely have time to, like, take orders and before someone else comes in. Jesus freaking Christ. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, I just took oh, okay. It's alright. Okay, fine. It's Allie, and she even brought a rose. Come on, if why hasn't Robbie brought a rose? If Moose and Allie can bring roses, then so can Allie. Well, Moose didn't bring it to, like, the counter, but still. If you noticed, he was holding one outside. Yeah, they did add that in the deluxe games. Customers can hold all holiday items, not just when, like, they're ordering from the counter, but also, like, you could, like, when it's, like, the start of a day, you'll see, like, the different customers outside. And then, like, they'll sometimes hold items that correspond to the holiday. But yeah, another big deal to me during vacations is having my own privacy and, like, space to be in when we're not doing anything. Okay, good. Jesus Christ. This too much. This way too much. And yeah, that's something I will be discussing in my memoir. Because, people on the spectrum do value their privacy, not just routine, but, you know, having their own personal space to be in and to, like, sleep in. So that's definitely something I'll be covering. Because that's something that neither of my parents quite understand about me fully. So, yeah. Yeah, hopefully my dad brings it up soon because I'm curious about what all he's planning with this possible real estate in vein business. He did, from what I understand, he wants to start out in New Mexico, like, as soon as a year or two down the road, and then he also mentioned Dallas Fort Worth. But I'm curious if there's any other planned destinations. As for the New Mexico one, he also wants to let my grandparents slash his parents stay there for free. Yeah, the only concern I have with that is, their dog, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna need to play for one more day after this. Usually, I'm not looking forward to Valentine's Day ending, but oh my goodness, this game just gets too overwhelming. I think I'm gonna vibe a lot more with when I do Valentine's Day and Pizzeria, which will be next. I still have to get through the rest of Christmas and all of New Year, but I am getting pretty close to Valentine's Day in that game. Man, I do hope we go to the store and get some drinks and stuff to eat this weekend. My dad or my brother did get yummy Raisin Cane fries for us to eat for a late lunch, early dinner today, so that's definitely something. Well, he had chicken, but I had fries and bread and a yummy drink. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna try my best to boost my team score. Oh, Valentine's Day posters. Let's buy some of these. Alright. I don't know why I didn't think to buy one earlier on, but oh well. That's on me, I guess. Ooh, beautiful rose bush. Alright, hopefully that helps a little bit. You know, something else that would be pretty useful is if there was like a difficulty mode. And like, you know, depending on like what you set it to, the customers would come in at a certain pace. Like easy, like would probably, you know, they would come in at the same pace as they do in Pizzeria. And then normal would be like, you know, just like the average pace most games have. And then like hard mode it would be like the same pace they come in this game and then the web version of Papa's Hot Doggeria. Oh, crapola. Sorry, Zoe. Okay, that's really odd. Why? It looked evenly cut in that render, but like when I cut it, it did not look evenly cut. But yeah, I still had the 8th cut. So yeah, that's why I accidentally cut it unevenly. I meant to have it on the 6th cut. Alright, let's see. Alright, I think it's this one. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of skeptical about doing Cinco de Mayo and Halloween now in this game. I'll still do Volcano, Valentine's Day and Volcano Gala, of course, and Pizzeria Deluxe. But this game does get a bit overwhelming. Oh yeah, there is one more. Actually, no, I can just do it anytime off screen. Never mind. Thank God for the food truck. I had a dream last night that I was back in school and still living in Orange Grove. that's one of the reoccurring dreams that I have. I'll dream about school. Specifically, a lot of the times I'll have dreams that I don't know what classroom to go in, so I end up going into a random classroom or place. That's actually what happened to me last night. Except it wasn't a classroom this time, it was gym class. I went to the gym instead of a classroom. Man, I can't wait to get into for this waiting list period to end. I miss having structure in my life. I miss being around people my age. You know what I do love about Halloween in this game? You don't have to serve all 7 customers. You can only serve the 5 customers. And that's the minimum, and that's the minimum anyway. Because, each rank or each holiday has 5 ranks, so you can just cruise through Halloween without worrying about going too fast, and then you can still get the costume closer sticker, since you only need to serve 5 and not all 7. Woo! Alright, well, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Usually I'm sad to see Valentine's Day go, but I'm actually a bit relieved because, oh my goodness, this game is very overwhelming with the waiting score and the pacing of the customers. So I'm kind of happy to be moving on to Lucky Lucky Natsuri. My next set of videos will probably be Valentine's Day in Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe. So I will see you guys then. Bye.